Hi, hello everybody. So in this video I am going to explain about 10th class chemistry chapter chemical equations. So this chapter is the first chapter in chemistry part in physical science in 10th class. So coming to this chapter, it's a very important chapter and very easy if we understand this topic. Chemical equations. What is the chemical equation? Chemical equation is nothing but it's a representation. It's a representation of a particular chemical reaction. The symbolic representation of a chemical reaction is called chemical equation. So chemistry is experimental based subject. To explain that particular reaction we required some representation. That representation is nothing but chemical equation. So in chemical equation mainly consists two parts. In a equation there is two parts are there, LHS and RHS. So LHS are nothing but reactants and RHS are nothing but products. So we can say that chemical reaction is nothing but the conversion of reactants into products is called a reaction. If we use any representation to determine that particular reaction is called chemical equations. With respect to 10th class board exam point of view, from this chapter, uh, how to balance a chemical equation, what is the necessity to balance a chemical equation, this type of questions will come, and what are the things are present in a particular equation, that's also will be asked. And along with that, the most important concept in this chapter is the mole concept. Mole concept is nothing but calculations during the chemical reactions, how much reactants need to be taken to produce a particular amount of the product during the chemical reactions. To know that, we require theoretical calculations. That theoretical calculations are nothing but mole concept. So mole concept base four types of problems will be there in your 10th class syllabus. There are nothing but mass related problems. Means they'll give the mass of the reactants, they'll ask the products mass, or otherwise they'll give the mass of the products, they'll ask the mass of the reactants. Similarly, mass volume relations, volume relation, and mass volume number of particle relations. So this type of problems will be most repeated questions and most expected questions in this chapter. So in this screen you can observe the type of questions, how they will ask the questions. So I was given an equation that a plus b, consider a plus b gives rise to c plus d. Let's consider this a chemical equation. So in this equation I underline a and c. So this is the first category. In this type of category problems, they'll give one reactant value or product value. We need to calculate another one. So they'll give one particular reactant or one particular product. With respect to that, we need to calculate the other one. So in second category, I was underlined A, B and C also. So if you observe that reaction, A plus B gives rise to C plus D. In that I was underlined A, B and C. So this is the second type of the questions where they'll give either two reactants and asking the one product value. So with respect to this, in a first category they'll give one reactant and asking one product, so that there is no conflict, there is no confusion with whom we are comparing that to do the calculation. But here in second category we should know the limiting reagent. The concept of limiting reagent will be there. So if we know the concept of limiting reagent, we can do the problems, or otherwise it is difficult to do the problems. So based on this introduction, I'll explain some example. You can understand easily.